Welcome back to Real Health, and thanks so much for tuning in. In fact, if you just tuned into the show, we're discussing a very important issue that affects most of us, digestive issues. We've invited Dr. Prenitha Naidoo, our resident homeopathic doctor, to give us the 101 on the various digestive issues that most of us face. So it's always great having you in the studio. Digestive disorders, I mean, we could do an entire hour on various digestive disorders, but what are we actually referring to?
So what compromises or makes up our digestive tract, right? So it's all the way from our mouth to where we actually exit our stool, and that makes up our digestive tract. And most people don't understand the importance of a digestive tract. Why do we have one?
Yeah.
Right? So all the nutrients from the food that we eat, plus energy. I mean, to wake up in the morning, to get cellular, at a cellular level, to get everything to be activated and working, you need your nutrients and your energy. You need the glucose from your food. So it's such an important thing. So what it does, it processes everything that you eat. It extracts all the vitamins, minerals, nutrients, energy, glucose, and then the byproducts are what come out of us, right? And that's sort of what gets us, sustained us going through the day. So if we talk about digestive disorders in general, so there's everything that can happen from all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. And we talk about the simpler things that most people know about, right? So we talk about reflux or GORD, which is gastroesophageal reflux disorder. That's basically if you get heartburn periodically, so maybe like once or twice in a blue moon, that's sort of a heartburn, and that could be attributed to something that you've eaten. But if you get it more frequently, so 2-3 times a day, and it's so severe that you're doubling up in pain, then you probably have something more severe going on.
Okay.
So, and what can be causing that? We talk about stomach acid, right? So we talk about when digestion starts. You eat a meal, it goes down, it gets into your stomach, and then you need digestive enzymes as well as stomach acid to break down that food. So if you have either too much or too little digestive enzymes, that can cause food to go into the second part of your stomach, which is your intestines, undigested, and that can cause secondary symptoms, which is then the bloating and the increased flatulence, because your body's taking in more gas because it has to break down something that's come into there that was supposed to be done by the previous. Okay, so also stomach acid. You need the stomach acid in order to break down. So stomach acid, digestive enzymes work hand in hand. And we know that of late with protein pump inhibitors, we know that, it's actually research showing that you actually have too little stomach acid and not too much. So we talk about that kind of stuff happening in the stomach. We talk about nausea. So many people don't know the link that liver is such an important part of your digestion. And that's because you've got your gallbladder there, which releases the gall to break down those fatty foods, the rich foods, and those kind of things. So if you get nausea after eating, it's often indicative that you're not digesting correctly. So whatever you're eating, your liver is struggling a little bit in order to break it down, and that could basically be sorted out by taking a digestive enzyme or something just to assist the gut in breaking down the food much better.
And could bowel production be lower if you're not digesting fats well? And how would you know if you're not digesting fats well?
Yes, so that's a very good question. So the big thing is if you eat like a huge steak, or you eat a pasta laced in cream, and the next thing after you eat it, you just feel this fullness, and it's that uncomfortable fullness that you just feel like your food is sitting there. So people often say it feels like I've got a stone right in my sternum, right at the back. It's like it's just not going down. And when you then go to the toilet and you actually have a look at what your poop is coming out, we know that your stools are more of a yellow whitish color, and that's when you know you're actually not releasing enough of that bowel to digest it. Then we talk about things like IBS and IBD, and people know very little difference of what IBS and what IBD is. So irritable bowel syndrome is when you have the symptoms of a particular condition or disease, but it doesn't occur as frequently, and you don't have the destruction or the physiological changes that goes with the disease. So this is, I get IBS 2 to 3 times a year. And that could be attributed to what you've eaten, or you're not good with cruciferous vegetables, or you're not just good in digestion on the whole. And that could be related to you not having enough digestive enzymes or a few other things going on. So if you're now experiencing this on a daily basis, that's actually causing physiological changes. So either you've got irregular bowel movements with diarrhea alternating with constipation, gut pain, bloating, flatulence, where you have to double up, that colicky pain, and this is every single day after eating, then you probably have an irritable bowel disease. And those ones we talk about are Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, those kind of things. Diverticulitis, celiac also falls under that, although we know celiac is specifically gluten sensitivity, and also it's autoimmune condition. So
running out of time. I know, and I just wanted to go on and on. But I know there's no panacea for everything, but generally speaking, besides the digestive enzymes, is there something that calms these digestive disorders from mouth all the way through?
So aloe vera is really nice. Okay, so I would do like an aloe vera type of juice. It's really calming. It helps with digestion. I think water, we always say water is so important, and people don't actually chew their food correctly. All right, we're so quick to get that meal down, and that has a huge effect as to why you have so little digestive enzymes and why you're not creating enough stomach acid. So be cognitively aware of when you're having a meal, sitting down, chewing correctly. You know, at the end of your meal, having a nice glass of water.
For it.
Exactly.
As well. Okay. Thank you so much for coming to chat to us.
Thank you.